Let's go pick some squash.
I will.
You will? Okay, let's go.
Okay, fine.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, my friends. I'm so glad you're here. I love planting summer squash. Summer squash is the perfect veggie to plant for an amateur gardener or just to have a reliable crop in the garden. I can always rely on a bounty of summer squash coming from the garden. Summer squash is at its best when the skin is still supple and tender and soft and has a nice shine to it. But sometimes it's easy to let the squash get away from you and you might end up with some giant squashes. If you're looking for some ideas of what to make with summer squash other than sweetbreads, well, I have a couple of recipes up my sleeve. I'm going to show you what you can do with your jumbo-sized zucchini and also how to preserve it so you can use it throughout the winter. With those jumbo-sized zucchinis, you know, the one the size of your arm, I like to cut those down to size to make them much more manageable to use. One of my favorite tools to use with an abundant amount of zucchini is my food processor. I put in the shredded attachment on the top and I just shred away all that giant zucchini. The food processor is a must-have in my kitchen. I've had this one for over 10 years, and I'll put the link down below so you can find the same one I have. There are so many things you can make from shredded zucchini. Most sweetbread recipes only call for a cup and a half of shredded zucchini, and when you're working with this much zucchini, you have to get creative and think of some other things. The other day, I put it in some butternut squash parade soup, and it just blended right in. No one knew it was there. It's another great source of vitamins. If you find the seeds are too coarse to just blend right into your processing, go ahead and scoop the center out. You can save the seeds for later by drying them out on a plate and make sure to label them so you can remember what they are for next year. Some things I still want to try with my zucchini is making a sweet relish, or even trying a zucchini crisp instead of an apple crisp. So let me know what you're coming up with. Give me some new ideas. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite recipes with shredded zucchini. About halfway through, I just started scooping the mixture into the pan. This recipe really is not fussy at all, so no worries. You can serve them up with sour cream or Greek yogurt, and they really make for a fresh, delicious summer meal. I'm going to freeze the rest of my squash today. Although freezing shredded squash isn't my favorite method of freezing. It usually doesn't have a very pleasant outcome. The water separates from the rest of the shredded zucchini and you just end up with this mushy and very watery mess. So I'm going to chop and dice the rest of my zucchini and freeze that. Now you could toss these frozen zucchinis into a smoothie, similar to frozen bananas, and I've heard great things about that. You could add a little bit of cinnamon to that, have it be a nice fall smoothie. You could also throw them into your stir fries, or chilies, or soups, omelets, whatever you think of. I've really saved the best for last. Our favorite way to prepare squash is by zoodling it. This is my handy zoodler and I've had it for quite a long time. I purchased this when I was trying to figure out how to not only use more squash, but how to get my kids to eat more vegetables. My kids celebrate Zoodle night. I love this thing and I'll put the link down below so you can find the exact one I have here. It comes with 3 different shredding parts that you can use. The key to making killer zoodles is by not only draining all the liquid out, but preparing a piping hot pan with olive oil and sauteed garlic and sauteing the noodles. Think of it as a flash saute in a really hot pan. And just cook it for only a few minutes. You want it to be slightly crunchy. Think al dente. And I always cook up some whole wheat spaghetti noodles to go with it. Today I'm serving these zoodles up with some homemade summer spaghetti sauce. I've also filled some zucchini and yellow squash with my sauce and topped it off with some fresh homemade mozzarella. Go ahead and enjoy this meal outside if the weather is good. And bon appetit! Let me know the different ways you're using your summer squash harvest. I'd love to know. And I'll catch you next time. Love you lots.
Zoodles.
Zoodles. Zoodle dance. Zoodle dance.
I like zoodles. I like